It's happening. LeBron James is unraveling right before your eyes. Consumed by the relentless pursuit to surpass Michael Jordan as the GOAT, he teeters on the edge of obsession. This ends the 2020 NBA Bubble Championship. Yeah, it sounds crazy, right? Is it still crazy if the mainstream media is your partner in crime? Picture this. Calculated mastermind, LeBron orchestrating a heist of championship proportions, and the media willingly dancing to his tune.
Years old, LeBron was better. He was finishing second in league MVP voting. Jordan was getting bounced in the Sweet 16. At 38 years old, he's far better. He's averaging 30 a game. Jordan was averaging 20 a game for an also under 500 basketball team.
It's a narrative that transcends the court and dives deep into the psyche of a basketball genius. See, as the pieces fall into place, you're gonna realize it isn't just a sports story, it's a Shakespearean type of drama of ambition, manipulation, and a relentless quest to be the best. By the end of this video, the notion might not seem as far-fetched as it does now. Make sure you pay attention so you don't misinterpret any key points. The 2020 bubble chip has been imprinted on our psyche by mainstream media, but it's not what it seems. It's been promoted as a legitimate championship title, but is it really? There are many reasons to question its authenticity. Facts. Remember that song that you hated when you first heard it, and then somehow you wind up twerking and falling all over people when it came on, and you never understood how that happened? This is a prime example of how repetition can influence our preferences. Go back in time. I'm sure you can recall an example of when this happened to you. First, let's talk about the player's emotional and physical state. Recently, Bam Adebayo just came out and said how difficult it was to play in the bubble.
That was the hardest championship to win, in my opinion. Just because you in there literally 15 deep, plus coaches, staff, whatever you need, like training staff. Other than that, it's you, your thoughts in one room.
He had contracted COVID weeks before, and although he was clear, he said his body still didn't feel 100% strong. Keep in mind, there were other players in the Heat rotation who went through similar circumstances. And can you imagine every 2 seconds, because of the rigid testing, somebody sticking swabs up your nose? I would have quit immediately. Facts. What about family in the middle of the pandemic? How many athletes had members who caught COVID and they couldn't be there, but mothers, fathers, grandparents died during the pandemic? Karl Anthony Towns' mom passed away in April of 2020. You really think he was in the mood to play basketball in a bubble?
Jimmy is playing tonight in an emotional moment, an exchange between Karl Anthony Towns and his father Karl Sr. as today is Mother's Day, and no doubt Jacqueline Towns very much on the minds of both Karl Sr. and Karl Anthony Towns, as this is the second Mother's Day ever of Karl Anthony Towns' life that he has had to go through without his mother around.
Many of these idiots in mainstream media will tell you Jordan quit in 1993. But there's things that they won't tell you. They try to imprint the persona on of a quitter on him. However, they leave out his father being murdered beforehand, the one person on the planet that he trusted.
There's a lot of sadness out there with people who do these things for whatever reasons that they choose to do that, but I just really hadn't quite understood the reasoning for that. And I know
you say it hasn't sunk in yet?
No. I still think about it a lot.
Would you want to ever say to them why?
No, because I don't want to know.
You don't?
In 1993, Michael Jordan's father, James Jordan, his first coach and closest confidant, was robbed and murdered at random in North Carolina.
His death must have been a terrible blow to you.
The thing that I looked at, the death of my father, unfortunately, it happened at the hands of another human being, which, in essence, that's very difficult to deal with, just the notion of being able to kill someone. But I had him for 32 years. and he taught me a lot in 32 years. You know how many kids get that opportunity? Very few, in today's society, get the chance to spend that much time with their parents and get that type of influence.
If you ever lost a parent, the trauma can affect people in different ways. Yes, Jordan walked away from the sport after winning 3 championships in a row. 3 in a row. After his dad was viciously slain. He was was he psychologically fit to compete on the court? The level that he set for himself? No. And if he quit, I think he more than redeemed himself, because he came right back and won 3 more in a row, which is unreal. My mother died years ago, and still some days are tougher than others. The point is, the motivation and commitment to compete was all over the place from these players and above. Not everyone earns the level of income as LeBron James. Let's be honest. Many of the players were driven by fear by fear not to participate, fear of losing salary and endorsements, fear of being labeled weak or a quitter, fear of hitting backlash from team management. Do you think it's fair financial pressure and potential bias from management was used to get the players to participate? Think about that. LeBron James was 35 at the time, an older superstar. Anthony Davis was named Street Clothes Davis by Charles Barkley because of his injury-prone history. The 4-month layoff from competition is a clear advantage for an older player and a guy who stays injured. Advantage LeBron. Aside from the rest and the lack of willing competition, there's another factor LeBron was able to use in his favor: the setting. The NBA did a fantastic job of putting together some type of product for us to watch and take our minds off the pandemic. This is very true. Their efforts are to be commended. Facts. However, we have to keep it real. The bubble was set in Disney World with Mickey Mouse and the crew. A closed-off campus-like environment for safety reasons. I get it. But that's a far cry from the screaming of 20,000 fans telling you how much you suck. See, if you ever played basketball, you know there's a difference between practice and live action. In practice, you can shoot like Steph Curry. In the game, you can't throw a rock into the ocean. For a mega superstar like LeBron, his free throw shooting is horrendous. In late game situations, he shies away from contact and has demons in his head at the line. But in the bubble, the atmosphere was completely different. No fans, no hecklers, no pressure. The bubble was a glorified practice for professionals, fam. Advantage? Who? LeBron, of course. Now, let's talk about LeBron's accomplice in this hijacking. Mainstream media, y'all. Mainstream media has a significant influence on public perception. They have lauded the Lakers' victory as a testament to LeBron James' greatness. The narrative is not without merit, but it tends to overlook the manipulation of the bubble, fam. The media uses LeBron's number of championships as a key metric in the GOAT debate. LeBron's 2020 championship is presented as evidence to strengthen his position.
Okay, GOAT King, the GOAT King.
To describe it, he was...
The conditions of that championship were not the same obstacle force. MJ won 6 championships, 82 game seasons, no advantages. Why is this overlooked? While the bubble championship is commendable and a testament to skill and resilience, it's important to note that it differs significantly from a traditional NBA championship. This isn't just an opinion, but a perspective backed by the unique circumstances of the bubble. The NBA GOAT debate is a lucrative topic that has shaped many media careers. That's facts. LeBron James, with his influence and stature, has been able to shape narratives to his advantage. At this point, LeBron will stop at nothing to pass with an asterisk beside it. Count it as, half a championship. You know what? This is just another example of how great Jordan was. The great players were losing their minds trying to catch him. Hey, If you enjoyed this video, fam, hit the like button and jump in the comments. Tell me your thoughts on LeBron and the Bubble Championship, and make sure to subscribe. Check out my video, How Michael Jordan Dominated as a Point Guard. If you thought he was just a scorer, you need to watch this video. Till the next video, be safe and God bless.